The triangle tool, or up, in, and out, you should recognize by the 3 categories that we see on our character questions each week. It's good to look at the triangle tool to find balance in our lives and in our relationships. In Jesus' own life, we see relational balance. He has an up relationship with the Father. He has an in relationship with his close friends and community, the disciples, and he has an out relationship with the crowds. The terms up, in, and out help us evaluate the health and balance of all our relationships. All 3 areas may not come naturally to you. Sometimes we are out of balance. So understanding and using the triangle will help us be more intentional. Just like Jesus, we need to live in 3 types of intentional relationships: up with God, in with close friends or our inner circle, and out to a hurting world. Jesus got up with the Father. He spoke about God in an intimate and personal way. Jesus got up early to pray to the Father. John 8:38. John 8:38 tells us, "I am telling you what I saw when I was with my Father." The time that Jesus spent with his Father helped him for what he would be faced with the rest of the day. Jesus invited others in. He chose and appointed 12 disciples to be his apostles. This is the association stage we learned about in the master plan of evangelism. Jesus ate, rested, worked, taught, and healed with them for years. They had access to everything he did and who he was. Jesus had various circles of intimacy with those that he did life with, the 72, the 12, the 3. In his in relationships, Jesus modeled the skills his disciples would need to reach out. Mark 3:14 gives us an example of this. Then he appointed 12 of them and called them his apostles. They were to accompany him, and he would send them out to preach. So they would be able to live with him, see what his life was like. They would have that time together before they were sent out to do any work. And Jesus reached out. Jesus was continuously on mission. He came to bring the Father and the kingdom into a dying, hurting world. His self-proclaimed mission was to preach good news to the poor, free captives, give sight to the blind, and free the oppressed. Jesus had compassion on the outcasts of society. He fed, taught, and healed people. His critics hated him for it. So, his mission that I just read to you, that comes from Luke 4:18 and 19. But I want to share with you one other passage from Mark 2:17. Healthy people don't need a doctor, Jesus says. Sick people do. I have come to call not those who think they are righteous, but those who know they are sinners. So Jesus had all of these relationships in balance. When our relationship is flourishing, our up relationship, then we are enjoying God. We're reading the word, we're praying, we're worshiping God, not just talking and listening, but walking with Jesus. When our in relationships are flourishing, we feel and cultivate a sense of belonging and community. We're building community, we're discipling, we're equipping and responding to the needs of Jesus followers. There are covenant relationships where we're vulnerable, open. We have that invitation and challenge to be able to experience breakthrough and transformation. We live with one another in love. Remember, Jesus says people will know you're his disciple if you love others. We have people in this in group that we can do life with, eating, playing, serving, growing. When our out relationships are flourishing, we are witnessing to our neighbors. Does your faith ever show up out there, outside the walls of your life, home, church, or faith community? It's important for us to leave our comfort zones to share Jesus with others. Look for people you naturally connect with and build genuine relationships with them. Because evangelism leads to discipleship, and that person who was once out may become one of those who is in your inner circle. You never know. So we do have a little bit of priority, though it's important. The most important would be to get up with the Father. However, we also need to be in close relationship with other disciples, be formed with Jesus so we can go out and serve others. If we're neglecting any one of these relationships, there will be negative consequences. If we are missing our up relationship, we are going to burn out. We receive our strength and our energy from the Lord. And if we do not have that relationship with Him, we are going to burn out quickly. If we are missing our in relationship, we're going to feel isolated. We may have time with the Lord. We may be going out and spending time reaching out to others. However, if we don't have this in relationship, we're going to feel isolated, like we're the only ones doing this. We don't have any help. And if we're missing our out relationships, we will be ineffective. Our job, Jesus told us, was to go make disciples. And so if we don't have any of these out relationships, we cannot complete the job that Jesus called us to do. So if we keep our up, in, and out relationships in balance, we can be healthy, we can have the community that we need to stay encouraged, and we can be highly effective.